Ares, the Greek god of war and bloodlust. In the pantheon of Greek mythology, no god is more feared, more controversial, and more misunderstood than Ares, the god of war. Where others symbolized wisdom, justice, or healing, Ares stood for one thing alone: violence in its rawest form. He was the chaos of battle, the roar of bloodlust, the madness that overtakes soldiers when reason is lost and only rage remains. Son of Zeus, king of the gods, and Hera, queen of Olympus, Ares was born into power, but unlike his divine siblings, he was never loved, not even by his own parents. Zeus himself is quoted in Homer's Iliad saying, "Ares, you are the most hateful of all the gods." And yet, when war came, all prayed to him, for no one held greater sway over victory and death. Ares is not a noble warrior like Athena, who represents strategy and tactical brilliance. Ares is the storm of war. Messy, destructive, and unpredictable, he is the scream in a soldier's throat, the clash of blades, the stench of blood, and the burning of cities. To understand Ares is to look into the heart of violence itself, not just as an action, but as a divine force. Origins and divine power. Ares was one of the 12 Olympian gods, and often portrayed as a tall, muscular warrior wearing a crested helmet, bronze armor, and wielding a spear. His sacred animals were the vulture and the war dog, symbols of death and aggression. His chariot was pulled by immortal horses, foaming at the mouth and wreathed in fire, ready to ride into battle at his command. Unlike Athena, who was born fully formed from Zeus's head and revered for her intelligence, Ares was born the traditional way, yet his role was anything but traditional. He embodied the physical, violent, and untamed aspects of war. Where Athena planned, Ares charged. Where she calculated, he destroyed. And yet, Ares was not invincible. In fact, myths often show him defeated or humiliated. He was wounded in battle, even by mortals, and tricked by other gods. This duality reveals the Greek attitude toward war, both fearsome and shameful, glorious and disastrous. They feared Ares but also mocked him, recognizing that unthinking violence could bring ruin even to the gods. Ares in the Iliad. War personified. The Iliad, Homer's epic of the Trojan War, is perhaps the best source for understanding Ares' character. He appears as the personification of war's brutal, chaotic spirit. Unlike